Welcome and thanks for stopping by. Today we are going to make some Petoskey Stone coasters with these little slabs here and some two-part epoxy resin. So let's get into it. Alright, this is one of my first goes. What I'm doing here is just making marks on this little measuring type cup that came with the epoxy kit. I did this just because one of the batches you can't see the numbers on it after the stuff hardens, and I wanted to be able to reuse this cup again. So that's my idea. And this is a standard 1-to-1 mix on the epoxy. I'll pop a link in the description of the type I used if anyone's interested. And super important that you mix this stuff extremely thoroughly for it to do what it needs to do. So I got these nice silicone molds designed for pouring coasters with epoxy. Alright, so after stirring this stuff for probably 5 or 6 minutes, ready to go. And I'm going to pour just a little bit into each mold, just enough to kind of create a barrier here as I press these Petoskey Stone slabs in and kind of moving them around to help them settle and get them centered as well. And then I will let them set and cure for a little while. Here's an example of one that I've already done in a square mold that we will be working with here too. I picked up this epoxy resin pigment off of Amazon, so I'm using a few of the darker colors like black and a couple shades of brown to fill the remainder of these coasters. And so then this next part, depending on the look you're going for, if you want it more of a solid, thoroughly mixed color or kind of cloudy, you can stir accordingly to get the effect that you're looking for. So I chose to go with the darker color just because I like how that looks against the Petoskey Stone pattern. And I decided to do clear on the top just so that it wasn't obstructing any of the pattern on the Petoskey Stones. So I ended up walking away for the day and let these two dark ones cure overnight. So those should be good to pop out here. Had to make up another batch to finish these other 3 and stirring this nice and thoroughly again. So I'll pop these 2 out just to see how they look. I'd say pretty good for one of my first goes at this. I'm not too concerned about the underside, if you notice that, because they're going to have a cork backing on anyways, which is also going to make them look just a little bit darker. Obviously they won't be see-through like they are now if they have something on the backside. Okay, we're into the next day again here and going to check these puppies out. This one looks like it had a little hair or something that might have settled in and became part of the coaster there on the backside. Again, that won't be seen with a cork backing on it, but what I'm checking for is any imperfections. A lot of times this stuff, you can get bubbles if they're not done right, or if you poured a little too much or not enough in, you'll have a slightly concave or convex result, in which you'd probably have to take it to some type of a sander to make that flat again. So I think I'm going to definitely give these a go again. Not too bad for my first time. I definitely see some things I'd like to improve on, but we will save that for another video. Thanks for watching.